Hi there, and welcome back to another Intuitive Intelligence video. Hope you've had a good week since we were last connected to each other. This week, I want to focus on clairvoyance and what your clairvoyant abilities are, and dive a little deeper into what clairvoyance is. So this is the clair ability that's most commonly heard of. It's often used to describe all of our intuitive abilities. You know, we very often talk in terms of clairvoyance or being clairvoyant. And what it actually means is the visualization of seeing something within your mind's eye, whether that's an image or a moving picture. So clairvoyant information always surfaces vividly. One of the ways that it surfaces is within your dreams. So if you are a person that has really vivid dreams where you can literally see every detail, it's likely that clairvoyance is one of your dominant or your dominant clairability. It can also surface though as flashes of light, where we just see light flashing before our eyes or in our mind's eye. And one of the other ways it surfaces is when we notice little lights or something twinkling in the corner of our eye and we look round and we can't see anything there. That's often something that is coming up clairvoyantly for you. People that are very clairvoyant can see colors around other people. So this is when you can actually visualize or see somebody's auric field. You can see a color that sits quite faintly, usually around their body. So you have this ability through clairvoyance to see people, see places, see through and observe information. It will always come through visually. So this is a visual ability. It will always surface in this way. And it's actually quite a common misperception that everyone is naturally clairvoyant. We can tend to think that if we don't see things, we're not intuitive. Well, the truth is that we are actually all able to work with our clairvoyant abilities, but to varying different degrees. And it really depends on whether clairvoyance is your primary or most dominant clairability, as to whether you use it very strongly in your own intuitive process. So, as I say, clairvoyance is about color, shapes, images, moving pictures, flashing lights, and of course, your imagination. It's strongly connected to your third eye chakra or your Ajna chakra, which is located here, just between your brows, in the middle of your forehead. So in the middle of your brow. This is your third eye chakra. It is related or associated to the color indigo, a sort of purple blue color that is often associated with this chakra. And therefore, it's quite common when you're developing your clairvoyance for this color to surface in your mind's eye. It's often one of the colors that comes up that allows you to really understand that your third eye is starting to open in some way. So your third eye chakra is the center for connecting to spirit. It's where you visually see spirit. It's also where you hold your ideas, visions, and where your dreams come from. So this is a really beautiful, spiritual, and also creative energy center that you work with. There's lots of different ways that you can activate or open your sixth chakra, and I want to share a couple of those with you today that are really simple and easy. You don't have to do a great big huge long meditation to activate and open and start working with your third eye chakra. But if you set an intention to work with it, it can be a really simple and easy process. So I'm going to share a couple of those with you now. So the first thing, as always, is to set a strong intention to activate and connect to your third eye chakra, to be able to see more clearly, to actually activate your clairvoyant abilities. So once you've set that strong intention, close your eyes and just bring your hands together in prayer position in front of you and begin to rub them together. And this act of rubbing your hands together in this way, it actually activates the tiny little chakras that are all over your hands. They all are all in the palms of your hands. And as you're rubbing them together, you can start to feel the heat that's created within these tiny little chakras. And then hold your hands over your eyes and over your third eye and breathe deeply into your hands and into your third eye chakra 3 times. So a deep breath in and out, in and out, and again. And as you're doing this, sense yourself connecting to your third eye chakra. You might visualize it or feel it or sense it. Just allow your eyes to absorb the heat and the connection to those tiny little chakras. And we're going to do this 2 more times. So just bring your hands back into prayer position. Keep your eyes closed. Rub them together. All the time focusing on your intention to activate your third eye chakra. Bring your hands up again. Breathe deeply into your hands, and as you're breathing deeply, focus on that place in the center of your forehead, the center of your brows, where your third eye chakra sits. And then bring your hands down into prayer position again, rub them together, focusing once again on activating your third eye chakra, and then bringing them up over your eyes and breathing deeply into that space again. Beautiful. So just open your eyes for a second. What you've done there is just created a connection to your third eye chakra. You've actually brought focus to it. So I want to share another way now that you can activate or start to work with your third eye chakra. And that's the birds just going crazy again, as they always do. So again, this is super simple, super easy. Don't need to complicate these practices at all. And you don't need to use both of these. If you like using both, that's fine. Use one or the other. So just close your eyes again. And this time, using your index finger, just bring it to the center of your forehead, the place that's your third eye chakra. And just start to gently tap on your third eye area. And I like to just do this round in small circles. And as you're doing this, just imagine your third eye starting to open. Sometimes it's nice to visualize a flower opening. I like to use a rose. And it's not uncommon to feel a strong tingling sensation in your third eye area as you're doing that exercise. And just do that for a little while until you feel or sense a really beautiful, strong connection to your third eye. Now, these exercises are designed to bring awareness with intention to using your clairvoyance. And what I want to share with you now is 2 super quick, fun and simple exercises that allow you to actually exercise your clairvoyant abilities now you've created that strong connection. So the first one is to create your picture perfect moment in your mind. And I love working with this because it brings in beautiful feelings as well as a beautiful visualization practice to work with. So again, just close your eyes. And I want you to think about somewhere that you really love to be. This is your perfect place. You just love being there. It's a place that brings you comfort. You feel happy and safe and secure there. It's just your happy place. And then in your mind, I want you to see this place really clearly. Notice all the details. What colors are there? What are you doing in your happy place? Are you there with someone else? And if you are, what are they doing? Or are you there on your own? What can you see in the distance? Are you sitting down or are you standing? Just see yourself there, enjoying this moment. But really focus on the tiny little details of whatever is surfacing in your mind's eye. How much detail can you see? Are you seeing a lot of information, or is some of it a bit blurry? And although this is a visualization exercise, just pay attention to and observe any feelings as well that are surfacing in your body. But most of all, pay attention to the details that your mind is showing you and how much detail is surfacing. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. That's a really quick and simple exercise. If it felt easy, then what that's showing you is that you're developing your clairvoyance quite well. If you were able to see even the minutest details, you know that your clairvoyance is activated and working well. But if you were struggling to see some detail, if some of it wasn't that clear or if it was a little bit blurry, then you know that you can practice that exercise more and more. And the more you practice it, the clearer those details will get. So it really does come down to practice. And if you're finding that you've got a lot of information there, try doing something a little bit more detailed. Push yourself a little bit further. Just practice a little bit more. Maybe read some writing and then see if you can see the writing clearly in your mind's eye. So this second practice we're going to do now, you use an object for, and this is a perfect way to work with this. You can use any object, a flower, a leaf, a piece of fruit. I'm actually going to use a pine cone today. That's what I've got here for this. And all you want to do, and obviously you won't be able to do this now unless you've got something to hand to work with, just hold the object in your hands. Run your fingers over it, feel it, focus on the detail of it. Often when you're running your fingers over something, if you focus more on the detail of where your fingers are, you pick up more information visually. So you want to be looking at the color, the texture, if there's any imperfections on it that your eye is drawn to. And do that for about a minute. So you're really focusing your attention on the object in your hands that you're holding, really looking at the minutest of detail within the object. And then when you're ready, put the object down, close your eyes, and just take a nice deep breath in and relax. And then in your mind's eye, without opening your eyes, recall the object you were holding. And just try to picture every little piece of detail that you can. I did this with actually a lipstick, and I found that I could recall the shape of the lipstick, the band that had the name of the brand of the lipstick on it, but I couldn't recall very clearly, which kind of surprised me, the actual label and what the label said. So it showed me that, some of my detail still isn't there yet with clairvoyance, but that's really minute detail I was practicing there. So just open your eyes afterwards. You don't need to do that for too long, and notice if you missed anything. And if you did miss some of those minute details, then you know that you can practice that exercise a little bit more until you get every sort of bit of clarity that you're meant to. Now, what I want to say around that is, if you don't get absolute clear detail after a little bit of practice, don't worry about that. Don't say that or tell yourself that you're somehow failing in some way. I know that my clairvoyance isn't that strong in terms of minute details, but I also know that I get enough information through my clairvoyant abilities and my other senses to give me the whole picture. But if you're primarily or most dominant in clairvoyance, it's likely that you will be able to pick out even minute details when you're practicing these exercises. So other ways that you can work with your third eye chakra, if you like working with crystals, for example, you can use things like lapis lazuli, amethyst, fluorite, but any kind of purpley blue or blue stone will help activate that. You can also use things like essential oils. Rubbing essential oils like rosemary on your third eye can really help to connect you into it. It's important to remember, though, that those are things that help you connect to your third eye chakra, but it's the practice that develops your clairvoyance, not the use of tools like that. So I hope you've enjoyed those super quick and easy exercises. Give them a go, keep practicing with them, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.